Good evening, y'all, and welcome back to Apron Strings. I'm in the process of making some supper, so I thought I'd bring y'all along to see what I'm going to do. I bought some chicken breast, and I had seen a recipe somewhere for some caramelized onion baked chicken breast. So I'm going to do my version of that. So there's not an actual recipe. Y'all just have to watch what I do, but I think it's going to be yummy. So I'll get you over to the butcher block where you can see I'm going to get my onions cut up in little slices, little smileys, and get them caramelizing, because that'll take 15 or 20 minutes, maybe longer. And then we'll prep our chicken and get it ready to go in the oven. I've got some potatoes baking that's going to go with it. And yesterday I made Mexican street corn on my Weber, and I have a few ears of that left over. And it's good warmed up. This makes that cheese kind of melt on it. Oh my goodness. And I do have a video on making Mexican street corn. I'll try to remember to link it below. But anyhow, let's get the onions caramelizing so we can get our chicken going. Okay, I'm just gonna cut these quick as I can. This knife don't feel like it's very sharp. I should have shortened it, I guess. These are Vidalia onions that I had bought at Costco, and I've had them a little bit. I bought me another 10 pounds when I went a day or two ago, simply because I know they're not going to be there much longer. I'll have to wash that off. Part of that was beginning to not be too desirable. I'll just go ahead and take that off and not have to worry about it. Okay, that one. I've got my butter melted over here in the skillet, and I'm using one of the stand pans where I don't have to worry about anything sticking and burning. And get them cut up and in there right quick. And I'll get my chicken prepped and ready to go. And we'll have some good meat for supper. Now, Mr. Troy Jordan don't usually like white meat, so he may not want any, but guess what? He wanted some more of that stew meat cooked, boiled like I showed y'all the other day, and he just likes just to eat that meat. So I have some of that left that he can have if he doesn't want chicken. Put the onion peelings over there where I can take them out to the compost pile. And I'm just going to cut them in half, and then cut my little smileys here. And I like to cut that thing off. I don't have to worry with it. I love Vidalia onion, and they just get sweeter and sweeter and sweeter when you caramelize them. Before they're gone, I'm going to make some French onion soup with some of them, I think. That might be quicker, huh? Lay it down and get to work on it. Now, I'm thinking that the deal I read said to do 4 mediums or 3 large. So because I love the Vidalia, I'm doing 3 large ones. And you have to have enough caramelized onion to make a bed for your chicken, and some to go on top of it as well. So I wanted to be sure that I had plenty. And in the wild event that there's too many, I can always use them for something else. We can put them on our baked potato if we wanted to. And again, Troy and I do not match in a lot of ways. He don't like caramelized onions. Isn't that pitiful? That somebody would not like caramelized onions? Oh my goodness, living at my house? To me, it just adds such a wonderful flavor. Okay. I'm going to get these in my skillet, and I might cry a little bit, because even though those are sweet onions, they still got that onion stuff in them. My butter done got a little bit brown on me. It'll just have to be that way. Just make it taste a little better, that's all. And I'll bring y'all back when I get these caramelized and ready to put the chicken on and get that going. There's another one of those coolers that I didn't cut off, but I can get it. I think these aren't too hot yet. I just use my hands and break them apart, because they didn't cool that hot butter down. Oh my, don't I love it. I think I'm also gonna mince a clove of garlic and put in here for some extra flavor. Ouch. Part of that's hot. Don't take you long to look at a hot pan though. My grandma used to tell us to look with our eyes and not with our hands when we was meddling. Well, that's how you do with a hot pot. You just look at it with your eyes and not with your hands, because you won't look very long if you look with your hands. I'm going to take these chicken breasts, and they're pretty thick. And that one, I don't like it when they have those bloody spots in it. It just don't look pretty. I'll get that right out of there. And I'm going to see if I can cut this one in half. Kind of butterfly it open. Like that. They've got a little fat on them, and I'm going to leave it. That'll help with some flavor here. Okay. Now I'm going to season my chicken with some onion and garlic powder and some salt and some black pepper, and I'm going to use this coarse ground that's already done, and I'll see what else I decide to put on there. Garlic powder, and onion powder. I hear the lawnmower coming up. I guess he's going to take a Coke or a 7-Up break. I'll tell you a drink that we like, and if y'all haven't tried it, you might try it. You take some orange juice, and you put about a third of orange juice, maybe half and half, to your taste. Orange juice and 7-Up, or orange juice and Sprite. Makes a delightful, refreshing drink. Well, these children have learned about that, and so Jordan has been here, and he's learned to like that. I hope I didn't get too much. I couldn't see how much was coming out. So that's a good refreshing drink. Orange juice and 7-Up. If I put onion powder on there yet or not, I don't think I did, but I don't think you can get too much either. I might have. I see something that looks kind of like it on there, but I'm going to add some more. I'm going to let that set a little bit, and then I'm going to put it on the other side here in a minute. And I'm going to sear it off, and then I'm going to put it, you cook it on a bed of caramelized onions. I'll think of it in a minute. And then you have some more stuff to put on the top of it. So let me get a skillet with a little bit of olive oil in it, and I'm going to sear this and get it. I may put a little bit of white wine in there to deglaze the pan, I'm not sure. And we're going to have us some good tasting stuff here pretty soon. Okay, I know the blower is loud, but I have to have it on because the onions are not pleasant. So I'm going to put my chicken in here to sear it, kind of brown it a little bit. I seasoned both sides of it. I got it on low because I had it too high. So I'm going to let that brown, and then I'll flip it over and I'll bring y'all back. I'm going to check my chicken and see if it's getting brown where I can flip it. And it is. I just want it to sear. Kind of golden looking. we'll let that side do, and then we'll finish caramelizing these onions. They're looking good. They're changing colors. Gonna let that cook, and I'll bring y'all back in just a jiffy, and we'll see what we're gonna do next. The onions are just about good enough, so I'm gonna put my garlic in there and just stir it around. Let it I want that side to cook just a little bit more. I had turned it off, but I wanted a little bit browner. I'm going to get my stoneware baking pan and get it ready to put everything in it, and I'll be back in a minute. I just want each chicken breast on a little bit of the onions. Then we're going to put onions on top of it when we get our meat in there. Maybe I wanted y'all to see those, so let me bring the skillet over here. I have no hand strength most of the time, so I have to be careful just trying to lift it with one hand. Just going to put my chicken breast on top of those onions. Get all that good flavor on it. Actually, I'm gonna just put a little water in the pan and pour it in here where they're cooking. We're gonna put some cheese on the top. Okay, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of mozzarella cheese on the top. Then I'm going to put some onions back on, but I want a little garlic on that cheese. I like for some flavor to be in the cheese while it melts too. And then I'm going to put some more of the caramelized onions on the top. Doesn't that look good? It smells amazing. I like to buy this Havarti cheese at Costco. You get 2 pounds for $8, and it's good cheese sliced with paper between each slice. I really do like this. So we will put us a piece of that on each one. And I'm going to get it into a 350-degree oven and let it cook until the internal temperature is right. I think that's 165 is what I cook it to, but I'll have to check. I always have to check. I don't remember anymore like I used to. But I've got the June oven heated, and I don't think I'm even going to cover it. I think I'm just going to put it in there and cook it, and I'm thinking uncovered it may cook in 40 minutes. I'm going to be sure. I don't want it dry. I want it to have some moisture in it, so I'll let y'all know how long I cook it. I decided to cover the chicken with foil for like 20 minutes, and then I'm going to uncover it and cook it until it's done, and that way it'll help it to brown, but I want it to be juicy, so I did cover it 20 or 30 minutes. I'll let y'all know how much I'll leave it covered, and then I'll uncover it and let it finish cooking. Okay, I got a plate fixed with some lettuce that I grew in my arrow garden and tomatoes from my garden, and a baked potato with some chives on it, and the caramelized chicken breast with cheese, and it's very yummy. Okay, y'all, now you have another good idea of something to cook. Not an actual recipe, but I showed you the method because I had seen a recipe, but I didn't write it down. So I'm fixing to serve this to Troy and Jordan, one of our grandsons is here, and let them eat. Well, Troy don't like the chicken, so he's getting some of the stew meat boiled like I showed y'all the other day. So y'all, make your family a good supper and sit down and eat with them and listen to what they have to say. Don't be playing on your phone. Put you a few extra things in your pantry so you won't go hungry if the shelves are empty at the store. Be sure to thank the good Lord for all of your blessings. Come right back here in a day or two and we'll have another video. The Lord bless y'all.